Hello out there, this is Wakeangel2001, and back in December I found an eBay seller who was actually selling the Bandai Shodo Digimon figures for, a regular retail price, and free shipping. The only problem is that it was the free shipping option was the one that would take longer. And by longer, I mean it's been nearly 4 months. Yeah, so apparently, the seller did contact me to say it normally should have arrived in February, but then there was another added delay. I think it was something pandemic related, but the point is he's here now. The Bandai Shodo Magna Angemon, the figure that I just could not seem to find here in the States under any condition. Even stores that carried the Bandai Shodo figures, rare as they were, didn't have this guy. Now, I still have not found the Angemon figure. I've seen a few of her for sale, but they always want $30 for her because of the extra shipping from Japan. So, if anybody out there knows where I can get an Angemon, let me know. The box is, I've seen the equivalent Bandai Shodo figures in America, when I saw the GameStop release, had window boxes, but this is just a solid box. The back of it shows other figures in the wave, and I have seen Metal Garurumon and Mega Kabuterimon on sale, and there was no Magna Angemon. Either they didn't arrive or they sold out before I managed to get there, and that was always such a horrible sticking point for me. It really annoyed me. And apparently the Japanese name of Magna Angemon is Holy Angemon. That's kind of interesting. Oh, fun fact, when I was searching on eBay, I was actually searching for Angemon, and this one came up because the eBay seller had accidentally labeled it Angemon, and I contacted them and said, hey, that character isn't Angemon, it's Magna Angemon, or Holy Angemon if you go by the original Japanese name. And oh, my bad, thanks for letting me know that. I said, yeah. So anyway, I want to buy one. I just had to confirm that I was getting what I was getting. So yeah, very simple box. And the figure inside is pretty amazing. I was not expecting it to be this detailed considering the size. This figure is small. Let's see, what's the thing I can compare him to? Hold on. Okay. Here's something that everybody who watches my channel should be familiar with. A 4-inch Jax Pacific figure. Yes, this thing is shorter than a 4-inch Sonic the Hedgehog. So, yeah, that's a small guy. He's taller than the 3-inch scale, but he's short. He is quite short. So, yeah, I'm impressed that such a little figure like this has so much detail packed into him. And this is not crappy plastic. These feathers, they're sharp. You could actually poke yourself with this and bleed. All of his wings are really nicely molded and detailed. This is an amazing looking figure. Look, he has his hair sculpted in. That little Pope helmet that he has on looks on point. The wings on the side of his head. They even sculpted in all the details of the gold ribbon that goes around his body. The blade of Excalibur is picked out in a metallic purple to match the helmet. He has the shield on the side of his arm. His boots are freaking amazing. That is so much detail. And even under, I had to assemble this figure out of the box, which was the only downside because a lot of the assembly points were very difficult to do. It involved pushing large pegs into holes that are smaller than them, and that's how the figure has all of its friction. But once assembled, it feels rock solid. This does not feel like this is not like little Lilymon here, who is always falling apart on me when I mess with her. This guy holds together super tight. This actually feels like an action figure that you would spend 20 bucks on, even though I only paid 15, which if I was in Japan, I could have gotten it for 10, but you know, I don't live in Japan. Okay, so yeah, like immaculate sculpting. They captured the asymmetrical design of his outfit, and there's details underneath his ribbon. Like this ribbon is held in with a peg. If you were to take it out, then you would see that his chest detailing is painted underneath. Like way more detailing was ever necessary. You would never find an American toy with this level of paint detailing at this size scale. It just wouldn't happen. So yeah, the figure looks fantastic. It is a great looking figure. It is a hugely accurate homage to the Magnet Angemon from the original Digimon Adventure anime. So how is it as an action figure? Now here's what might surprise you. It's awesome as an action figure. His head is ball jointed. Because of his ponytail, it's a little bit hard to get posed, but he can give an introspective tilt, and he can turn it enough that you can use that for action poses. Like you can be looking at the side of the camera and then and like posing his sword arm up. That's all well and good. His shoulders are on a ball joint. It's not a ball joint, it's a hinge joint, pin disc. And then his elbow is on another pin disc with a swivel below the elbow that functions as the wrist swivel, which is great for getting the sword up into poses, which is good because like these wing things coming out of the sword would clash otherwise, but since you can rotate his arm, you can easily do whatever you want. And he does a bicep swivel too, so this is where like it's good. You have the swivel above the elbow and below the elbow, giving him a bicep swivel and wrist rotation. That is how you do it. The other arm, at first you might think that this big shield that they put on would block things, but actually it does a pretty good job of moving around. It can't get a lot of forward movement because it clashes with this wing here, but he does have the same elbow bend, and it has the same bicep swivel. A little bit stiffer. I'm actually surprised how stiff the joint is, but yeah, like his bracer still totally works, and his arm has just enough clearance that it can articulate despite the bracer being there. So that's all well and good. That's fantastic. The wings have some movement too. You can move them up like this, which does free up the arm a little bit, but then he's kind of like cuddling his own face with his wings. And his waist wings, they are articulated as well. They're on little ball joints, so you can actually move them around. You can lower them so you can see his belt and his crotch, or you can raise them so that his legs have more movement. The legs are on ball joints, and they look at that. I am legitimately impressed how far forward he can kick, considering that the wings should be getting in the way, but they're not. And they can also go backwards. That seems to be about his limit. And oh yes, there is a waist joint there. The waist joint seems to be the only one that's prone to falling out, but it's good enough. It's better than Lilymon's. And he has knees that go they go like 91 degrees, and there is a knee swivel, and his ankles are on pin discs, so like they go up and down, and they tilt side to side, and they're very tight when they tilt side to side. So you can actually get him in a wide-legged A stance, and his feet will still be flat. And I accidentally popped his wing off because I got a little bit overly enthusiastic. Can I get... Yeah. Killing. Get. Yeah. Boop. There we go. That is back on. Yay. So yeah, this is like amazing articulation for a figure this size. Amazing sculpt and paintwork for a figure this size. This is a legitimately amazing figure, and the only knock against it is its size. If this was a 6-inch tall figure, it would be an amazing figure. Like this exact mold. You do not need to do any modifications to the mold. Just this figure could easily hold its own as a 6-inch scaled figure. But it's 3-inch scaled. It's amazing as a figure of this scale. And like it was totally worth that wait. This thing is chef's kiss amazing. I absolutely love this figure. And it has renewed my interest in getting that Angemon figure. If I can only find her, I can complete my Angel set. Also, I think I would like to, real quick, this is the end of the review, but a little bit of trivia. Magna Angemon actually seems to have a bit in common with the biblically accurate angels. You know, like with the having 8 wings, 2 of which curl down to cover the lower extremities, 2 more that curl down to cover the upper extremities, and then 4 that are actually used for moving around. And then like the golden circle bands, which have arcane writing on them, like that seems biblically accurate. I mean, having a humanoid body with features that you can recognize is not biblically accurate. Like, if this was truly biblically accurate, then he would like be a glowing ball, like that no mortal eye could look upon without being completely terrified or going blind or whatever, or maybe just being a big eyeball floating around with filled with holy presence. But as this stands, this is good. This this is fine, because this is supposed to be like an angel superhero. It's an angel superhero making nods to biblical accuracy. So I will accept that. And also, I find it hilarious that we have a biblically accurate angel depiction in an anime, when you consider that Japan has less than 1% of the population as Christian, which is, you know, kind of amusing to me. It shows that when you don't really have so much obsession with following the tenets of the religion for yourself, you can actually have real fun representing it as an interesting mythology. Okay, so yes, the figure is good. Although, like, again, I feel like if Lilymon was exactly this size, and then Angemon was like at least 4 or 5 inches, then it could represent the scale between them. Because like, if you watch the actual anime, you know, Lilymon is a short girl. Like, standing next to the human children, she was not even a head taller than them. So she is a physically diminutive character. But the angels, Angemon, Magna Angemon, Angemon, etc., all of them were like larger than life. Like, they're at least 6 feet tall. So I feel like if this was a 6-inch figure, it would actually be proper scale next to the little 4-inch Lilymon. But that's fine. This isn't a properly scaled line. This is just all the characters are this tall. And that's fine, because like, I don't think I've ever seen the Digimon represented in action figure form this great without it being like a $70 Figuart or Figma or something. So for the price point, this is fantastic. And this is Wakeangel2001 signing off.